Mic check 1, 2. All right, I think we got our audio here, and we are live. Late again. It's a little past what, midnight? 12:20. And I thought we'd go live again. We went live several times today, a couple times. And yeah, it was good hanging out with you guys today. I'm gonna be checking the mic levels here, and wanted to test out something else. We also went live last night, and yeah, the intro drop was a fail, and we'll be trying that again. I just did the basic 30-second countdown on this one, and I'm still kind of limited what I could do here um, with the free StreamYard. So eventually we're going to be bumping up the package, and I know what's the other Streamlabs. I did download that, and I'll be diving into that stuff, trying to figure that out, and eventually get the full package on that as well. Might as well. I hear that's possibly better than StreamYard. There's a lot more little options and effects and stuff that you could do. So I'm excited to check that out. And per usual, you'll be hearing some background sounds, city sounds. Yeah, overall, pretty good Saturday at the shop. Business wise, it was decent. Had a slow little start. That's why I went live with you guys. I was like, you know what? Got a little time here, and quite a bit of you joined, so that was cool. The mural is coming along. Shot to Butcher, the artist. I know he had some sort of gallery earlier this evening, so I hope that went well. And I still haven't gotten that interview with him. Got to get him on and have him talk about. He has several experiences, but there's one in particular having to do with these strange flying objects. Every once in a while, it kind of sounds like my. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this up a little more here, mic level. Seems like it drops out a bit, but it could be that I'm backing away or maybe turning my head. Not sure, but I'm as close as possible to the microphone here. Sitting in my camping chair. The chair is definitely going to be a must. Need to upgrade to something more comfortable. And tonight, Jessica Jones had Alan Thomas on, and it was good to see Alan. Alan from Squatch Zone on YouTube. And yeah, I'm glad they had a great show. I think they rocked it for like 3 hours. Alan could definitely talk. So he mentioned his record is 5 hours. And it was funny because he said he had left the interview, went to Walmart, I think, and came back, and the guest was still talking. I Thought that was hilarious. Yeah, happy holidays to everyone. It's probably why no one's in chat yet. Who knows if anyone will jump on. I'm not sure if this even yeah, I question my notifications sometimes. But people do get notified. I mean, they let me know even when they miss it. So, but I still question if they notify all our subscribers. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some highlights of the day tonight, and it got interesting even after watching Alan. I mean, there was all types of stuff he got into. We were talking about how his teacher was featured on one of the Missing 411 books, and yeah, that's just weird to have that connection to someone who's had that happen to them. It's weird, and he never was found. I don't think either. It's one of those Yosemite cases. And speaking of missing, there was some other missing persons news. Um, because that's a big topic for me that I'm interested in, and of course, more of the strange cases, but even some of the average missing persons cases. When people decide just to drop off, and yeah, I find that weird. But I get it. I get it. I could see why people would want to just get away from society and stuff. What's up, Alan? Speak of the angel. I was just mentioning you, man. I was giving you props on the show earlier tonight. I'm so glad that worked out. In three solid hours, man. That was good. Yeah, man. Good stuff, Alan. Yeah. So you definitely deserve one of those. And I hope to have you on here soon. Um, yeah, I was just mentioning about your teacher, and there was several other things during the conversation that I found super interesting. Oh yeah, that you guys actually, let's see here. Alan's dropping a message over here. Yeah, you were hoping you stayed on track. Yeah, you definitely did, dude. It was super, super good, smooth, and yeah, you're a professional, man. So salute to you. And yeah, another highlight for me was, of course, your teacher, and then another thing that stood out was what was it? Oh, that you guys interviewed the Nightcrawler situation. You guys investigated that. I wasn't aware of that one, and or even that you interviewed the Kandahar Giant, uh, one of those guys that were involved with that. That is super interesting. I know you guys have done a lot of shows, and Jeffrey was on yesterday. We got Finster in the house. Aloha, brada. Yeah, man, bless up. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So I know Jeffrey was on yesterday. I think he went on live, or it was the night before. And yeah, props to Jeffrey for keeping his thing going. And I feel he has a lot of heart, and he's put in a lot of time into what he's doing. And yeah, I wish him the best. And it was super cool that you were his co-host there for a while. I don't know what your situation is now with him, Alan, but yeah, it was cool to see you guys together, and yeah, I always love to see you on there. Wild man salute. Yeah, blast one hard, wild man. I need to get the fart sounds loaded up here. I haven't gotten that one yet, but wild man definitely gets one of these. See, yeah, I gotta get the wood knocks loaded up. Some more Bigfoot vocals. Let's see. Gotta get the like Jeopardy theme song. What's another one? The Price is Right. There's a few samples from there. I like. Yeah, a great show again, Alan. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you guys read that one. What's up, Scott? Glad you made it in. Um, yeah, so where were we? Alan, yeah. So what else? Yeah, there's several highlights of that conversation. So the Nightcrawler situation, Kandahar Giant was good. And yeah, just your whole view on it, I totally respect. And there were some in chat that had their different views, and that's always good to see. People have their everyone has their opinion and their experience, and sometimes they're not all the same, right? So, and that's why we do what we do to uh, find out about different people's experiences, and I'd like to gravitate more to the real ones. And yeah, I always felt you were honest and just to me real, Alan. So that's why I've always followed your stuff, and yeah, that's gonna be a topic we're gonna get into here. Just want to make sure I get most of the other stuff that I had in mind, and yeah, good to see you too, amigo. Uh, yeah, I was thinking. Oh yeah, earlier today, it's Santinello is his last name and his first name Peter, I believe, on YouTube. Peter Santinello, and I've been sharing his videos lately. And we talked earlier. He did one today on Trinity County, California, and that's a place where I've spent time. Grandpa had a cabin up there, we say, and yeah, my queen's dad, and he passed away earlier this year. So, uh, yeah, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with the place there, and yeah, that was unfortunate, but yeah, some real life stuff. But yeah, it was cool to see Peter run around Weaverville there, and yeah, just a lot of familiar places. Um, yeah, he ended up at the Sawyer store. Did ask about Bigfoot and stuff in the area, and the Sawyer store. There's a couple towns. So after Willow Creek, if you go down east on the 299, there's a small town of Sawyer, and then you run into Burnt Ranch, and yeah, that's already getting into Trinity County. So a little bit after Willow Creek is pretty much the border of Humboldt County and Trinity. And yeah, it was a super cool video there. I shared that out, so check it out if you're interested. And Peter just really gets into tapping in with the folks and the communities, and
and he does videos on bigger cities too and stuff, and just really enjoy his stuff. And so yeah, even the Humboldt series were all off the hook, and yeah, recognize a lot of places and few people and good stuff. Let's see what's popping in chat here. Yeah, definitely, Alan. I'll let you know, man. And I remember you sharing your email, but I guess I could get a hold of Jessica, and she probably has your info, and I could get your number through her if that's all right with you. And then Wild Man, let's see. Yep, definitely, man. Yeah, and I watched a little bit of Jeff's show yesterday. I forget what it was about, but I tapped in for a little bit, and I could feel it. I've been to Yosemite a couple times. Had some interesting audio out of there. I remember using my audio recorder and picked up some pretty trippy sounds. And I know doing this now, I'll be able to go through some of my videos, and so we'll be doing that, and we'll eventually get to that. And a lot of people talk about the metallic sound in that recording. There was some like interesting female sounding audio, and then male sounding audio vocalizations, I guess you could say. And then there was also this like metallic sound, sounding like a trash bin closing. And but that was in the valley, on the valley floor. So there was trash lids around, but this was like late at night, and yeah, I don't remember hearing anything like that. I think something like that I would have heard. And it was interesting because it went along with the other vocals, like I mentioned. So definitely, I think something there. And yeah, I hear a lot more people talk about that metallic sound out there. Deidre, Deidre C in the house, y'all. What up, Deidre? How you doing? Sh- Should we get the air horns going? I know the air horn, it's one of those sounds that it's been like super played out. A lot of people have been talking about that. It's pretty much done with, but we'll be having fun with it. I actually got a real one not too far from me. I could almost reach it. Yeah, good night there, Deidre. It's kind of a random late live here. So rest up and happy holidays. If we don't hear from you, we don't see you. Saw SOR was doing a replay over there. Not sure what happened there tonight. Lovey love, what's up? How you doing? Van Auto, Van Gold, aka Van Gold. She's lovey love right now. So yeah, where were we? Kind of lost track there. We'll take another route. We'll see what pops up into the head next. But yeah, definitely some things to talk about tonight. Hmm. Yeah, we talked the night before. There was a good SOR run. And I didn't hear about any canceling of the shows tonight, or you know, I don't know if they're doing a holiday weekend thing. Maybe they're not doing shows this weekend, but Friday night was really good. We had Lee Stroud and Jax, and they do a show, and it's on SOR, but it's before the SOR show called Element. 115, I believe, and they had Toby Johnson on, y'all. And Toby, I like his works. Gets more into the paranormal stuff of Bigfoot, and yeah, it was super interesting conversation there. And you could find more of his works over at A Flash of Beauty on YouTube. So peep that out if you like Bigfoot and paranormal. Yes, sir, wild man. I agree. Yeah, love you, love. Did you check that out? And then after that, they had who was on after? Because it was a good, that was a good show there. And then oh yeah, Dave had the Brazilian guy. It was Ronnie Bennett, I believe his name was, and that was a really good show too. I really like that guy. And he's doing, UFO research, and he's going out into the Amazon and talking to some of these indigenous communities, rural communities, and uh, investigating, and I'm sure he does stuff out in the city too. But yeah, that's pretty hardcore, I think. And man, I would love to go on one of those investigations out there. I mentioned I've been out to Brazil twice. So definitely a place I love. And yeah, I would love to get back there as soon as possible. So much to explore and investigate out there. Yeah, the hunting knives. I asked my brother about it. He was totally open for it. And however you want to work that out, we could get something going. My brother says, yeah, we should um, definitely talk about that. And however you want to make that happen, uh, yeah, we're here at your convenience, Alan. We would appreciate that. And we'd love, love to help out whoever we can too at the same time. So, and yes, it would fit the shop for sure. We've had knives before and they've sold out. Whoops. And so last night, another failure was, so I'm trying to learn when I clear my throat to hit this. Can you guys hear me there? No, shouldn't be able to hear me. And then I forgot to hit the mute back. You guys could hear me right now, right? And who knows how long I was talking for before I started seeing messages in chat in shot that I was muted. Right on, thank you. So let's get into it, you guys. A little further here. Um, so tonight, there's a channel on YouTube, and some of you might be familiar with it. It's a super cool channel. I really like the guy. I believe forget his name. Might be Jason. I'm not sure, but goes by Mountain Beast Mysteries, and he's Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. And call him a Bigfooter. He's gotten UFO footage. Uh, Great guy, I think. And some of you might think otherwise, but are any of you familiar with Mountain Beast? So anyway, tonight Mountain Beast, and I love to share on my channel stuff Bigfoot related. So if there's and other topics, of course, of my interest, and I share it on the community tab. And so I seen Mountain Beast had just posted a video, and it was something about a baby Bigfoot. And so I clicked the video, and I was the first one on there. It was like 50 something seconds posted. There was no, I was the first one on there watching it. And so he's showing this video of of a possible baby Bigfoot, and he mentions whose video it was, and right away I recognized the name, and it was one of Bronzini Bigfoot's videos. And I know Bronzini, Brandon. He's a friend, and I have been out with him before. I remember one time he used to live in Oregon, and at the time I was living in Humboldt County, and he was making his way down south, I think possibly to Southern California. And along the way, he stopped in Humboldt, and we met up, and I took him to a few local spots because he was short on time. We checked out a few things, and then we went and had some sushi in Arcata, California, which is a little town there. And we had a good time. It was super cool. And it's about the only time I've been out in the field with him. And we've kept in touch since, here and there. He ended up moving to Southern California and has been doing stuff out here, bigfooting stuff out here. And and then at that time, I ended up several years later, I moved to Oregon, and it was a trip because I was like, "Hey, man, I'm in Oregon now," and he had just moved, a few years before, and he's in Southern Cali, where I'm originally from, and it's just funny how we were just moving around in different places that we've been in, and so yeah, always supported him, and everyone has their style of bigfooting, um, and what we believe in, our beliefs, and those things could change, throughout our lives, our ways of thinkings change sometimes, and whatever. So yeah, basically, everyone to me, I feel has their own style, right? But yet some are very similar as well because we learn from one another, and there's certain people that are let's say are your teachers or the people that you've learned from, or maybe you've learned on your own. I feel like I've learned from a lot of different people, and some of those people are very controversial. Um, there's people that I know that I get along with, and some of these people don't get along with each other. And that's always a bit tough and stuff. Uh, and I try to keep myself out of a lot of drama and everything, as much as possible. But I think it becomes an issue because, like I've been talking about, just trying to gravitate more towards more real evidence out there. I personally am not trying to prove anything, or capture a Bigfoot or a cryptid or anything. I just would like to have more experiences and try to document that stuff, and if that data or whatever can help someone, or the field or whatever, hey, you know and if not, it's just for my personal self as well. But I love sharing, and that's why I put it out there. And I know when you put your stuff out there, you got to know that it's going to be critiqued, by the public, by anyone. And um and so over the years, I've grown and I've learned a lot of things I've changed the way I do certain things and what I believe and how I see things, my perspective. And I think that's something that just, it's not going to stop. It's going to continue throughout life, and not only with this subject, but with all types of stuff. And so yeah, um my views and things have changed throughout the years, and I'm trying to be a little more critical about how I do things, and doing follow-ups, and even with the structures, at first finding that. And I know a lot of people aren't into the stick structures. Wildman's all about it. I love it too. I think there's definitely something there with that phenomenon. um yeah, learning to do follow-ups. So even back then, I remember I was like, "Man, do it." Yeah, it's important to do follow-ups on things, and so, yeah, even with the structures there, I would follow up on them, and sometimes you notice that, yeah, things would happen, things would rearrange, or it would get deconstructed, or things would be added on, and, and just taking note of those things. Um, and I think, yeah, also now with, like, sightings and stuff, and, case in hand right now, we had that thermal situation up here in the Angeles National Forest, and, a week later after that thermal hit, that when we realized, when we got back from the first trip and realized that we had something there, we could have gone immediately up right after, but I don't know, I just figured give it a few days. We just got back and really try to look into what we captured there. And so it took a week before we went back up, but we did go do the follow up, which I still uh, haven't posted this follow up yet. Like I said, I got to do the voiceover on the thermal parts because there's no audio on the thermals. And I keep mentioning it, so that's pushing me more to do it. Maybe we'll drop it tomorrow or something. Uh, Yeah, so, just being a little more critical on how I do stuff. And so, anyway, Mountain Beast Mysteries was basically doing kind of like a breakdown on Bronzini's video of what was titled, I guess, like a baby Bigfoot. And it's a subject that's up in a tree. And and looking at the video, I know Bronzini had recently, he hadn't been posting. It had been a little while since he had posted, and I know it's been like that for him lately. He's been busy, I'm sure. And but he recently posted something, and I don't know if he put that particular clip in the video, but it might have been an older video, and I don't know if that got posted on a different platform as well. And so Mountain Beast was basically saying that, he felt it was BS. And yeah, honestly, I don't see it. I could see how you could see that there may be something, and that's the thing with this topic. There's a lot of even Wildman was mentioning earlier tonight. We're talking about blob squatches and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just really hard, and I know there's even good stuff out there that I've seen that are blob squatchy. I recently have shared some stuff that was I found very interesting, and other people that looked at it as well. Um, that is just like, yeah, it's just dark, shadowy stuff, but in the clips when we scrub it back and forth, there seems to be movement there. And I try to, be aware of pareidolia and parallax, and artifacts and videos, and just learning more, excuse me, just about those types of things, and pictures and stuff. And it's interesting, it's been coming up even in the whole old world topic, Tartaria and stuff, and looking at these pictures. um People are learning about different little anomalies and stuff. One of them being, like, they call it vanilla skies, where they, like, buff out things in the picture. It seems like, um, and that some of these pictures could be possibly AI generated, and so, it gets deep. And so, yeah, so Mountain Beast is basically shots fired, and so and I was gonna repost that video just because it was Bigfoot related, but when I noticed that it was about Brandon, um, I sent Brandon the video before posting or saying anything. I was just like, you know what? Let me hit Brandon up, notify him, and he immediately, I guess, left some messages, and then eventually text me back. And I told him, yeah, I wanted to give you the heads up, and and I also let him know that I was going to talk about it because I had been recently in the lives talking about this situation of trying to determine the stuff that people are putting out, Because it's always been a thing where the blob squatches have been a situation, and um, certain people putting out things, and are they credible? And it's always going to be an issue, I think, in this topic, and it's just how do you determine who's putting out what? I just kind of wish there was a, and I know there's people out there that look into the videos, are more knowledgeable with this stuff, but yeah, like I wish I just had some sort of something here. And now that I got the computer, hopefully I'll get more software that'll help me with this. But to be able to uh, kind of break down videos, stuff like that, and there's people out there, years back doing some of this stuff, looking into the videos, and even some of those people left the scene just because it got gnarly for them. And I need someone to drink. Give me a second. Sipping on some mate here. Cheers. And so yeah, so I just thought I would bring that up because that issue had been on my mind, and then this happened to pop up right now tonight, and and I didn't want to hold it in. I just felt like it was gonna, I know people are probably watching the video already. It's gonna be a thing, and I know Brandon's gonna get, I already seen some of the comments, and so I know he's gonna get a lot of backlash from that, and so it's like, what do we do? So I think I was thinking about it. Excuse me for not reading the comments here. Welcome everyone. Uh for Brandon, because I wasn't there, of course. We got to do our disclaimer that we do these days. You weren't there, so I can't really say. And I'll continue checking the video out, and I recommend you guys checking it out. And if someone could post a comment, I mean, post a link here. What's up, LIB? Uh, you guys could check it out and chime in on that. Uh, and as far as for Brandon, he we kind of like haven't set anything up, but he talked about maybe hitting the field. So I'm totally open, and I think the best thing to do here, B, is to do a follow up. So let's do a follow up. I'm totally down to go with you, and just do the best you can to just try and explain what you feel, what you see, and if it's nothing there, and if you can't, then it is what it is, and then be at peace with that, and maybe we get through this. So just wanted to put that out there, and yeah, it sucks, but it's just part of this, and I don't mind. I mean, I put my stuff out there for people to check out, and and I get it. Like when you put something out and you feel it's something, especially a lot of the anomalies in the sky I catch, I get some backlash from that, and uh, and you could just gotta have tough skin in this, like they say. So um, yeah, another thing is yeah, no, I just feel like it's interesting also because the topic, the subject is changing. There is more of the paranormal stuff coming out of this stuff, and the natives have talked about it forever. So it's like, well, for me, it's almost like a given that there's these weird aspects about Bigfoot and stuff. What's up, Sissy? Megan, welcome. Uh, yeah, it's just coming out more and more, and you hear more people talk about, yeah, the orbs, the strange lights, and there's definitely something there with the orbs because it's happened with me, and not that I've seen a Bigfoot and the orbs together, but there's been reports of that. Um, but I could say that these lights have popped up on our property. I've gotten video, and there's been just other sounds that, breaking trees or trees falling over, uh, weird vocal type sounds that were happening on the land too. So could it be related? Possibly. I think so, but I couldn't prove that. But yeah, definitely, yeah, that phenomenon is real. And it's just fascinating that, it happened to me too. So yeah, I'm totally on board with people, talking about these orbs and, you know, and Sasquatches, being around Sasquatches. And that's why it was super interesting that Toby touched on all that. I really like stuff he had to say about all that. Um and so yeah, so I'm not taking any sides over the situation with Bronzini and Mountain Beast. Hopefully they can figure it out, and it's just out there. I think we should be able to talk about that. And uh and I know, I mean, I've gone through certain weird situations with certain people, and whatever. I'm totally open to making amends, and I've been doing a lot of that with different people in my life as of late. And it feels great to be able to squash beefs and just get over things that may have disrupted a relationship or a friendship and stuff like that. And it just feels good to settle those things. And hopefully I'll continue doing more of that. Think I smell a skunk. A skunk sprayed outside. And no, it's not my trees here. Although that smells very skunky too. It's got some really pretty stuff right now. Um, but no, I think a skunk sprayed outside, and I don't think it would be a Bigfoot right here in LA. We'll go take a look outside. I did do a little sky watch right before I jumped on here and did capture another little object the other night. Captured this white little orb object darting around and zigzagging. I made a little short video out of it. So if you want to check that out. And that's what I love, is to be able to just capture the phenomenon, share it with you guys, because this stuff is really happening. There's stuff going on in the skies right now, and not even talking these drones. There's a bunch of other stuff flying and floating around, and you know, it's amazing. Uh, yeah, that'd be funny if a Sasquatch was outside right now. Huh? I've been hearing more about there was these LA reports that I was looking into, and a lot of them happen to be in the 70s, and LA does have a lot of reports if you look into the BFRO. Uh and a lot of those reports were out towards like Lancaster and stuff, more towards the desert and some of the mountain areas. But a lot of those reports were describing the foul smell, the bad smell of the Bigfoot. And yeah, it's super weird, I think. And there's been a couple of times where I've ran into the smell, and recently I did in the redwoods. It was like this weird, and I'm not saying it was Bigfoot, but it was just like this strange, like almost like dirty sock smell. I was describing it in the video, and all right, this is one of those moments where this is just a strange smell. And I know it's happened a few other times. I do think they can stink and probably stink. But I think if they do it on purpose. I think they could smell good too if they want, smell piney and hmm. Anyway, kind of going off there. What are you guys saying in chat? So yeah, you guys, and hopefully, I don't think Bronzini will. I told him ahead of time that I'd be talking about this, and there was something else I wanted to talk about, and it, and no offense to LIB or anything, because I know you had a situation with this particular person, and this person, I have no, I have my views on him, and I don't, I've talked to this, I don't have a problem with this person. Um, but whatever, they've had their issues in the past. But there's this new channel that I've been that popped up into my feed, and it's about missing. He's been doing some stuff on missing people, really cool stuff. And one of his recent videos, he did a thing on uh, men that have gone missing out of like their cars, basically. And I know there's a whole series of, and there's strange cases. And that particular video, man, he got like it's almost at 100K hits. And did share that out. It was super interesting. A lot of those cases I was familiar with, and some of them I wasn't. Um, and so he's doing boots on the ground on location of these sites where these people have gone missing. So it's super cool. Check it out. I believe it's called P hikes of the PNB, or something about PN Pacific North West, PNW hikes or something like that. It's in the community tab, y'all. And his latest video, there's a particular lady that uh he's investigating her case, and he went to the location. And at the location, this guy, he's like not a Bigfooter or anything like that. Um, and on camera, he's leaving the location and he starts getting rocks thrown at him. And he captures all this on video. And it was super interesting. Man, it was chilling to me. It was a really creepy moment. And I do believe, I mean, he's up in Washington. And I'm sure this location is probably a I mean, all of Washington's probably a Bigfoot hotspot, right? They could be anywhere up there. And yeah, so this guy got rocks thrown at him, checking out this missing lady at the location. And and so anyway, on this latest video, so LIB, you might want to cover your ears if you're still here for this part. But he gave props to Brent, and Brent is the tall ones, and you know he's up in Washington as well. And I guess, I don't know, they must have been in contact with each other. And I don't know, sounds like they might they shared some information, and I don't know if they're going to be doing some things in the future, but just a heads up there. So and congratulations to Brent. And I know Brent has done search and rescue before and has chimed in on a lot of the uh 411 type cases that DP, I'll say DP, has touched on. And Brent has had his own opinions because he's done boots on the ground on some of those actual cases, and he feels otherwise than it being a strange case. So, and then there's several cases that have been brought up, and some, especially as of late, that DP has touched on, that people feel that aren't strange, you know, and shouldn't be considered like a missing 411 type case. So I've been checking those things out too, and I have also heard firsthand from, you know, a good friend, Jonathan Easley, um, Western Bigfoot Exploration, also shared that, yeah, there's a person that he knew that ended up being a 411 case, but he feels like, from what he learned and knows, is that it wasn't a strange missing person case. And but who knows? You know, I don't know. So I wonder, and I do take, you know, I really follow DP's work, and anything uh having to do with strange missing persons. You know, even Steve Stockton, him and I have been doing a lot of stuff lately together. And salute to Steve, and I hope to continue doing some stuff with you. And I want to touch on some of the missing stuff, maybe do some boots on the ground. Also, I have done a little bit of like search help before. There were a couple cases up in NorCal that I was able to kind of help pass out flyers for. And one, I met the sister of the guy who was missing. And yeah, she hooked me up with a manila envelope with a bunch of flyers, and I was just out putting them out wherever I could. And he was never found. It was his was a weird case too. He ended up walking like out of his house, and he was out in High Palm. So it was just like, out in the boonies. And he walked out of his house barefoot, and there was a pond on the property. And he walked up to the edge of the pond, and the footsteps stopped there, and they never found the dude. And he's big, really big dude. So that was weird. I thought, but they don't know. Yeah, they don't know if it was criminal or what. And then there was another case, and this case was featured on the how do we do this? Let's see, Mountain documentary uh, on Netflix. Um, there was a young lady who had came out to NorCal, and she came out to work, and I think she was doing scissor work, and ended up going missing. But she had like some weird issues, some like meltdown issues, and ended up missing out of Point Arena. And her mom comes out from Australia, and she was featured in that documentary because they mentioned how up in Humboldt, a lot of people go missing up there. And so her, I got to meet in town. One time I was in town in Redway, and got to meet her and talk to her, and I even talked to her about some of like the strange phenomenon, which is a little tough to talk to a mom about that because her daughter is missing, but she was open, very open to listen to what I had to say, and she considered it, um and they still haven't found her. And some people on YouTube and some people I know actually touched on her case. Uh, and it's strange because some of it does kind of match the 411 stuff, and then there is some aspects that could be maybe criminal too. And I'll share those cases if anyone's interested. So stay, keep a lookout on the community tab. I'll put something out there on that. Uh, yeah. So I kind of, yeah, where was this taking me? We were talking, I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah, so yeah, that channel was yeah, they gave Brent the shout out, and so check that out, you guys, if you're interested. But yeah, it's this guy's channel is I think gonna really be growing if he continues to put out videos like that. And yeah, the missing guys out of the trucks and stuff. Sorry, I'm sleeping on on the chat here. What's up, Maggie? How you doing? Uh, it reminds me of, and I know DP did a whole series on like missing truckers and stuff too, which I think is definitely a thing there. You could go anywhere with the truckers, actually. Um, but there was these cases out of, I think it was the 80 Highway 80, and it's up in like, oh gosh, did you guys hear that? Did the mic pick up the gunshot? That sounded like a gunshot to me. Check the replay. Anyway, um, that really threw me off there. It's gonna take me a second to get back over here. What's up, Duke? And those missing people. Oh yeah, dude, the fireworks, we get them all day. Earlier there's a bunch of stuff just sounded like a 4th of July show. And yeah, it happens a lot around here for sure. But yeah, now that sounded a little different. And it happens here quite a bit because there's these train tracks right over here. And actually, if you keep going down these train tracks over here, you'll end up in some real famous projects. Uh, I could tell you, you could see those projects from the 10 freeway as you're coming into Los Angeles. So you know those projects, let us know. And actually, I was talking to someone yesterday, came by the shop who actually is from those projects. And I was like, hey, bro, when we're going to do a tour? He's like, oh, yeah, dude, we're going to. He got all pumped up and ready to do like a documentary there. And we could do it with him because that's his area. So, anyway, yeah. So where were we? We were into the missing. Oh yeah. So we're giving shout outs to that channel as well. And so yeah, hopefully we're not offending anyone here. Uh Peep that channel out. And I did share their latest video as well. Um da, 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 da. Hope you're well, Duke. 4th of July or 4th of July. Yeah. No, dude, I'm pretty sure that was a gunshot. Hopefully we recorded that. And you know, I that's why I mentioned we're gonna have some ambient city sounds in the background. Nephews are upstairs, so there might be some creaking and there might be gunshots from upstairs too, because they play those types of video games. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you're well, Duke. I know it gets gnarly during the holidays. And there was one particular holiday where I got it when people were like, yeah, you know, the holidays could be rough. And it really, I don't know, I wanted to, you know, someone in particular really helped me through that holiday there. And I was in Oregon at the time and I was alone. And there was several people I had called and it was I don't know, it might have been Christmas Eve or something like that. And I was just in bad shape. That's when I figured out, oh yeah, this is what people talk about, you know, the when it gets gnarly in the holidays. It's like, damn, I'm going through it. And so Callie go, you know, I don't know if you guys know Callie, but he's an awesome, awesome Bigfooter. And I haven't heard from him. He was posting quite a bit recently. And he goes by Colorado Forest Beings on YouTube. And so salute to him. I was able to call him and man, we had an amazing talk and he spent some time with me and it got me through that particular holiday, man. Anyway, but if anyone's out there and it needs someone to talk to or anything like that during the holidays, feel free to hit me up, man. No problem. Shoot me a message here on the Tubi or whatever. Or on the tube. There's a real Tubi, huh? Here on the boob tube. Or if you got my number, just shoot me a text or call me and yeah, we can hang out. I'll probably be hanging with fam too, but we're pretty open and yeah, I'll probably get together at mom's or something. Rage it there with all the nephews. Actually, tomorrow is one of my nephew's birthday, and he's one of the guys who came up for the thermal situation. So, a happy birthday to you, Isaac. I call him Mr. Muscles. He's like the workout guy, super fit, super disciplined, and exciting to see you grown as a man now, man. Yeah, you get some of these too. Blood clot, man. Yes, I. So yeah, man. I'm glad I was able to talk about these things, and hopefully, Bronzini. Yeah, let's get up there, do a follow up. You know, put it out there, and it's all right, man. It's all right if it's nothing. It's all right that we make mistakes and get mistaken. I'm sure there's you know plenty of times. I know there's plenty of times where that's happened to me where I thought there was something there and there wasn't. And there's a lot of stuff out there where I still do believe there's something there, and I wish people would, check it out more. But yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be pumping more of my product out, and as we get a little more techy, we'll be playing with those videos, going through them, maybe doing some breakdowns live and stuff like that. And yeah, you guys. So yeah, Bronzini, get at me if you see this. But I'm gonna hit you up anyway, man. And yeah, you guys, yeah, keep it just keep it 100 as possible, It's and that's a daily task, it's not easy, man. And I'm telling you, it's even being at the shop, man, dealing with some people sometimes it's could be taxing, and just being out there. I hear some sirens now. They're a little late. Um, yeah, so maybe hopefully you guys, someone push me to maybe we'll put out the thermal follow up tomorrow. Maybe at the shop I'll be able to, because I can never get, to do voiceover. You always got sounds and everything. It's a little rough. Maggie, happy holidays. Mojo's mama. Mojo's mama B. How you be? Richard. Hey, Richard, could I just call you Dick? Ooh, some of your comments sometimes makes me wonder. I'm like, is Richard trying to get under my skin here? I have tough layers here. My knuckles have finally started to really heal up. Where are you? Still look all scaly and reptilian like, but from being up in the cold, that trip up in the mountains there, it really did a number on my knuckles. And yeah, it's never really happened like this before. They really cracked up and split, got cuts, and but healing like a badger now. Yeah, yeah, do your thing. We're about to hang this up here, y'all. Just wanted to touch base, release this, practicing more to release things and not to hold on to stuff and, feel a certain way. And it's good to uh, feel that whatever feeling it is at the moment, and to learn how to process that and let it go. And yeah, I'm not here to fix anything either. But yeah, if I could help in any way, I just want to let you guys know I'm here, however it can be, and I appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out. And yeah, if there's any other situation you guys would like to bring up like this to me and that we could talk about, and whatever, maybe a video or some pictures or someone's encounter and stuff. Yeah, let's do it, and we could do it civilized. Burn one up, chop it up, and walk away happy and feeling good. It's the holidays, right? And I could get into the holidays. It's very occult, but yet it is a time to be uplifted, feeling good, feeling happy. So yeah, we don't want anyone feeling bummed out during the holidays. So yeah, you guys, one love, you guys. I'll be touching base with you guys like this quite often. So maybe expect me in the AM. Uh, we will be opening up shop. Touch base with us, see what's up, and hopefully we get that video out, you guys. And sorry for not catching up. There's a lot of comments here. Yeah. Yeah, I know you know how it is, Duke. And I know you have your little battles and scuffles, and I get it. You're old school. You've been doing this a long time. You know a lot more than I do, have a lot more experience in this. I still feel new in this, although it's been a few years and I've had, my share of experiences, but I feel still like one of the young guys, fresh legs, still learning and Yeah, and I appreciate you having me on your show and stuff, Duke. And now that I got gear, hey, let's maybe you could jump over here and do a show with me. Um, yeah, man, hit me up. And any of you out there who are interested and would like to have a talk, and maybe Bronzini, what I had hit him up before uh to go live and stuff. So maybe he might want to jump on and discuss the situation, and then we'll figure out a way to figure it out. You guys, thank you for tapping in. Drop a message if you feel you need to, and if I don't see you tomorrow, have a happy holiday, happy New Year, best wishes, abundance, love, and all that good stuff. Bless up, y'all. What? Squatty low, squatty low in a Walmart aisle counts as squat. Oh my god. Yeah. Wild man. Oh, wild man. Part hard.